Greetings, my name's Blaze and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about thought, theory, and my interpretation when it comes to things that I'm interested in. Today's topic I wanted to talk about was a little bit of a channel update. My channel's not dying, it's dead. My channel was hitting a growth spike years ago, and then it stopped. Now, I think there's a couple reasons for this. One of the reasons is I typically don't stick with one topic. I talk about magic and mysticism, spirituality, which is the bulk of my videos here. I also talk about martial arts, I talk about gaming and video games, voiceover work, illusions and tricks, all sorts of things. You know, I like a lot of stuff. I also notice that I tend to ramble a lot, and I don't always get straight to the point. So one of the things that I want to try and attempt to do is start making more videos, but shorter. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes to see if folks are more interested in that. There's not a lot of watch time on a lot of my videos, which is fine. You know, I'm just one person. This is my interpretation. I also think it's worth pointing out that I'm not necessarily part of any bigger community, right? So when I talk about polytheism, spirituality, magic, and mysticism, I'm talking about my interpretation through my experience. Folks that I've met, folks that I've talked with online, tons of books that I've read over the years. I mean, I've been studying a lot of this stuff for years, but the problem is, and this is one of the topics that I'm going to talk about in my next couple videos here, is there's a lot of bullshit out there in the polytheistic pagan community, and it causes a lot of strife and argument, and people use it as a wedge between each other. So I'm not really necessarily part of any one group or community. Now, I will say, and I've never said this in past videos because it changes constantly, I'm one of those individuals, like anyone else, who's considered eclectic, which means I mix and match the different things that interest me the most. Now, I do have a large influence in my personal path that I'm building, because that's what it is. It's my own personal path. It doesn't follow the dogmas or teachings of others. It takes influences from other paths, but I also like to research those. I like history and where things came from. So I have, part of my heritage is Irish. Part of my heritage is also Icelandic and Germanic. So with that, I have a large interest in the heathen revival movement. So we're talking like Ásatrú, we're talking about heathenism, which is another term for it, or Nordic paganism and things like that. I like the stories, I like the culture, I like the symbols, I like everything about that, and I want to know more and learn more. And I'm always learning. You know, there's always stuff. So back when I started studying, back in the 90s, I guess, late 90s, when I started getting interested in this stuff, there wasn't a lot of material. So I'm trying to, get more into it more recently. Same thing with my Irish heritage. I'm very interested in Druidry. So I look at modern Druidry because, again, there's not a lot of information growing up. And even now today, there's not too much to go off of. So I have been looking and researching other sources, and I like to share those with folks. Now, both of those major topics in my most recent videos don't seem to be getting any traction, which is fine if folks aren't interested, or maybe it's just because I haven't made a lot of those videos in the past, the evil algorithm of YouTube is just like, nah, we're not going to show anyone your videos. So with that being said, if you like my stuff, consider thumb up, liking, and subscribing, leaving a comment, and I will get better at communicating, which is another reason why I think my channel had died. When it was hitting a spike in interest and popularity for a very short period of time, I didn't respond to a lot of my comments because I didn't know how to get the notifications for the comments. I wasn't going to like my Gmail and checking stuff out for notifications. I didn't know about the notification section. So I basically was just popping out videos and leaving them out there. And then the last path that I find a lot of interest in, and I think has been influential, is Taoism. Now, when I say Taoism, I mean that very loosely as the Western interpretation of Taoism, because let's face it, there's cultural interpretations when you look at these different paths. And that's another topic that I'll be talking about in future videos about, is it really right for folks to practice other people's cultural traditions and beliefs? And what are my thoughts on that? So that's kind of it in a nutshell. And I also just wanted to take a few minutes and thank those of you who still watch my channel. There has been good support from a good 100, 200 of you that regularly watch my videos, that thumb up, comment, like, and interact with me in the comments. And I appreciate that. So just wanted to kind of level set that out, talk about what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a little bit shorter videos, try to get more direct to points, and get more into just sharing my thoughts and personal contemplations. So anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, hopefully you stick around for the next couple.